We gonna just fucking start this shit.
Right.
But I had a dream, right? But yeah, I had a dream. And this shit was weird as fuck.
Do the little intro there.
Hold on. I had a dream. This shit was crazy. It was. I always had like at least 3 different dreams though, so it'd be hard for me to fucking remember. But basically, it was a chihuahua. But the fucking chihuahua had giraffe legs. That motherfucker's so scary, bro. I'm scared. I wake up damn near sweating a little because that shit is scary. He chasing me. Nigga, imagine a chihuahua, but the nigga got giraffe and it's hella fucking high. That shit is scary looking as fuck.
But they all hella close together. Like
you like, what the fuck? Niggas like, boom, boom, really hella long. Like, nigga tall as a fucking building, bro. I'm in there really spooked because that's scary. Like, chihuahua's big. If a chihuahua's big, bro, that's a scary fucking animal.
But was the body big?
Yeah, the body was big too. It
Oh, okay,
like, that'd be weird.
That's
That'd be kind of scary too.
I was like, was he that scared, man? Because it was like, I'll be looking at it like,
no, like, it's kind of weird.
It could be scary a little bit, but I was like, but nah, if the body hella big too, yeah, with giraffe legs, I'll be like, what?
Niggas be spooked for real. All right, man, we back episode 2. You feel me? We gonna get right into this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? You know what the fuck going on? Whole lot of gang shit.
It's hella hot today, so we
that's why. This is why we like this, bro.
Real,
Next time we probably gonna come fitted, but it's hot as shit. Like we in the Bay. It's hella hot. Got a heat wave
for real.
Yesterday was worse. Today it's still hot as shit. Niggas sitting down like this, sweating. That's all we got. Look, we got the fucking washcloths, hand-cloths, towel shit. You know, because it's really hot as a motherfucker.
What they used to call these, bro, back in the day?
Not a handkerchief. That's so.
Nah.
What the, I don't even know.
My cousin used to call these snot rags. Like, what
I ain't gonna lie, I would never use this for snot, like, cause after like.
Nah, I did. It was one point, I ain't even gonna lie. My allergies were so bad, I carried one of these bitches in my back pocket. Like,
I used to just have hella fucking tissues and shit. I remember my mom used to have me stacked up with the big ass backpack. I had everything, bro. I had hand sanitizer. I had fucking not paper towels, but the tissue, bro. I was like ready for everything. I know, but it's like I had hella shit and niggas know, so they be like, "Hey, bro, could I get this?" I'm like, "Fuck, alright." I'm like, "Fuck," you feel me?
You want some tissue?
Listen, I know you got some gum. Shut the fuck up, stanky, bro. No, you can't get none. Alright, shit. We gonna have to have this shit up because I'm gonna quit on here. Like first question type shit. We talking about the different age consent. What exactly say? Or how do you feel about the different ages of consent in the U.S.? We ain't talking about the world because
the world mainly. Let's not start with the world. You could get something that, like, you could sell your daughter up for like 10, 12 years old.
Nah, we was looking up the shit like in they said certain countries in the South America, like the fucking age of consent is 14. Like, nigga, that's like back in the 1800s when it was like, you know, planned marriages and shit. Females like, you gonna marry this nigga? She's like, I guess I got to type shit. Like, they back in the olden age, you know. But shit, we was looking it up.
Would you get into a planned marriage?
If she bad, no. I was like, hell no, mama, you got me fucked up. Nah, I would. Nah, I can't do that. I feel like if I'm planning it and I'm choosing a bit.
Like, what are the girls choosing you? Like, what if we reverse the roles? Like,
we was in the
opposite world. Like,
that should be crazy.
Like, the girl chose you, and that's like, hey, I like him. Like, and then like your mom was like, oh yeah, she is suitable. Like, woman.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta do it.
She make a lot of money. Like, this is gonna be good for the family.
And that shit crazy. No, that would be wild. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough. That's hard to think about it because I never thought about it that way. That's a great perspective. You feel me? That shit crazy. You got the answer. I don't know about that one. I don't know what I do.
The woman walking around this bitch looking like a big ogre or something like that. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
She rich as fuck, but it's like,
yeah,
damn,
I'm like,
that don't really give me a whole.
Like, I'm feeling like she finna like take my cheeks every night. Like, I don't know what like
I'm
going through in my head. She
gonna start rubbing you like, I don't really want to have sex right now. She's like ripping you up like, fuck.
She like, do it, man.
You like, no, niggas subscribe.
I'm like, can we get to know each other first?
No, they think this is a joke with niggas though. They laugh when we talk about it.
Yeah, I know that's crazy. Real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to get to know somebody. That'd be crazy if like you had to just get down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was just thinking about how you said change the roles and shit. Imagine like, you know how niggas ruled the world, like females ruled it, and then we was like, no, we want equality now. And then we start fighting. Men's rights. We walking around like, we
instead of feminism, it's feminism.
Well, that shit crazy.
Talking about we need these rights and stuff, but that'd be crazy.
That should be funny. Hey, we could dare to make a skit. Look, make a skit about that. We could have a series about
have it really
that.
backwards, like
Niggas would fuck with that for sure. I ain't never seen that either. Like a nigga.
Yeah, I ain't never seen that. Like for real,
Yeah, we
like
gonna cut this shit out. They ain't gonna
fighting for real, like man rights and stuff like
nah,
that.
that shit's crazy.
Like it's funny. Nah, like now that I'm thinking about it, it's like we laughing about it right now, but it really is mainly like if we flip the roles. I never really thought about that. Like I thought about like slavery and other stuff on opposite perspectives, but I never really thought about like I had to fight for my gender roles, like and stuff like that. Like what a women was, because you know that's a statistic that some people really believe in. That like women is generally smarter or more mature, like certain ages and stuff. So it's like, what if we was flipped back? Like we had to really fight for it. It's like I'm not dumb, I'm not stupid. Like
I feel like niggas was gonna be like, we don't like to talk too much, so we go far and fight. Our meeting finishes up. We want these rights, man. This is a haymaker for equality. It's
yeah,
like,
niggas said a haymaker for equality.
Niggas
nah, that's comedy.
They gonna have, you know how they got Black Power? We gonna have an uppercut like this. Like, you don't see it.
It's like you get the bicep and the thing for a dude. Like,
No, niggas grandpa like, this is kids how we became equal with the females, you know, when we won men's rights. It was in 1892.
The men's movement.
Men's movement in 1892. It didn't last too long because we socked a couple bitches. They didn't want smoke after that. They said, it was like, oh shit. No.
Nah, the bitches start putting us in camps after that. You know they wouldn't be going for getting beat up.
They would have pulled out weapons quick. Like, these niggas, cock it back. Get down, bitch. Like, oh shit.
Women spraying us with water hoses and shit. That's not.
She said, pull your fucking pants down. I'm like, no. Bitch, pull your hands.
You maniac.
No. Hey, that shit hurt, bro. Those used to really hurt.
Nah, it hurt hella bad.
But shit, we didn't even answer the question. But how you feel about?
Oh yeah, we got hella.
How you feel about the different age consents in the U.S. though? Because you know it ranges between 16 and 18 years.
I know that ain't a big wide, like that's not a big wide gap, like 2 years. That's really like, but when I honestly think about it, man, the different levels of maturity, like where I was at in my life, I do feel like it's kind of disgusting, like, but it's only because of how I grew up. I grew up in this type of thing.
Yeah, I got you.
But I think I only feel like it's disgusting because I'm not gonna lie, if I'm a dude. And it's like an older woman talking to me or something like that, and she actually look good. I don't really feel like it's nothing really wrong with it. Like say, when I was like 16, it was like the bad teachers used to be like, you know what I'm saying? What's up? Like, what you doing after school today? Or I'm finna be in here. Okay, you gonna teach me something? You know, I really didn't feel like that was that weird. Yeah. But it was like the first time I thought about this when I was in college, and we was like, I think we were seniors or juniors or whatever. And then my boy partner Eric, he had some boys that went to like South Dakota State or something like that, one of these schools.
I never heard of that, but go ahead.
And then he was like, yeah, my partners be going to the high school games to go get the girls. I said, what the? I said, like,
no,
what? He's like, yeah, they be going to the high school to get at the biddies. That's what they called them. I was like,
I heard of it. Little biddies.
Yeah, the biddies. I was like. Like,
niggas
what y'all calling them biddies because they baby bitches? Like, nah, I'm like, no,
biddies equals baby bitches.
Like, bro, that was crazy, bro. Like, to hear that, I feel like you really on some predator type shit. Like, you preying on these. But the thing is, and they shit, that's legal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's just like, it ain't even that weird. Like, it ain't even that weird. But I think what made it, like, more normal for me is, like, 18, you kind of like, you out of high school, maybe you in your last year, but then you still kind of old, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. 2 years make a difference. And
then for sure.
I feel like it's like this. When it comes to that, and what you were saying about how it was like, it's not weird when you was like 17, 16, and an older female, I feel like they always, when it comes to gender roles, you know, it's different ideologies, when they see a female doing that, a nigga doing that, little nigga teacher. I said nigga teacher. The dude teacher, 6-year-old little girl. Hey, what you doing at the class? Niggas like, what the fuck? Yeah. But when it's like this, niggas like, oh yeah, my boy.
Yeah, you tell your boy, you got that.
Oh, my mama. You feel me? So it's like, it should be kind of weird, when you think about it from, if it's a female 16-year-old and a male 16-year-old. But fuck, I forgot what else I was going to say about that. I feel like the age of consent is weird because, all right, you're 16 and I don't know those fucking states that got 16-year-old age of consent, but basically, they could have sex at 16, but they can't drink. Yeah, sex at 18, 17, but you can't drink. I'm like, so you let them have babies, but they ain't old enough to get
bro, yeah, we was talking about this the other time. Like, you can have a whole child at any age, and it's like, it's legal. Like, if say 2 14-year-olds got together, had a baby, it's like, this is okay for everybody, and this is like, this could just happen. Like,
that shit is weird, but we got to be 21 to drink. That shit backwards.
That's really backwards for real. Like, and all this, and then you could drive at any age too. So it's just like. Yeah. You know, driving take more lives. Sober, whether you high or anything like that, driving take way more lives than like a lot of different shit. So why can we do this everything else so young? But like, just as you have a sip of alcohol, you just you know what I'm saying. Yeah, and I think you'll be way more educated if people educated you on like alcohol. Like, I'm not saying you got to do them, but you got to be educated on like your parents talk to you about it from a younger age. So then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Your mom's like, here, this is like, now I'm not saying that like this is okay. But I'm saying like, you like 16, something like that. Like, here, this is a sip of wine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't go out there drinking too much. You can hurt yourself, cause trouble for others. But instead, parents don't take that time to educate you and doing something like that. So when you first start doing any type of, you start smoking a little bit, start drinking a little bit, you be out there really wilding. Like, you be blacked out this night, nigga, back your car over here, sleep somewhere, like.
That's real shit. I feel like that's another problem. Like, parents, they don't like to, not every parent, but I realize like a lot of them, they don't want to tell kids about certain shit about sex and even the consequences. I feel like you gotta get comfortable telling your kids certain stuff so they don't go out there and experience it themselves. But like you said, they start doing it to the extreme instead of you telling them so they know better, and they might still do it, but they're not gonna do it to the extreme because you showed them an example like, hey, I had a family member went down that road, now they fucked up, now they dead. You feel me? So it's just
I do want to recant my statement just to say this, that I was not one of them people. I feel like my mom had an early like conversation about me about with like sex and like not doing drugs and stuff like that, and like, you know, some saying like like the first time I got drunk, like the stuff was like, it was spiked. Like, I didn't even know it was like alcohol. I ain't even gonna lie, cause I didn't know what to talk. I just thought something was like kind of nasty. They was like, here, drink this, da da da. And I was, nigga, next thing I know, I'm on the floor rubbing the carpet like.
This carpet feels nice.
Yeah, like, so it's just, you know, you don't learn about stuff like that.
I got a question, a quick question. Up? You know, the Purge, the movie. How do you think it'd be if we really like? They was like, all right, they announced on TV, national broadcast, we're gonna have a Purge, and they set a time date. It was like, all right, it's what is it? September 6th or whatever. It's like, all right, we got a Purge. It's gonna be in I don't know, April next year, April 21st or whatever. You feel me? How do you think it would be? Like, I feel like it would be wild because people always trying to act all high and mighty. But you know, if the laws didn't exist, people will act how they really want to act. Like, laws keep us restrained and acting. I think
to be so honest, but it ain't nobody body who I'm trying to go out and go catch.
No, I know he ain't.
Yeah, I think like body,
but it's just like no.
But I think it's real life niggas in their head. They'd be like, if it wasn't like laws or something preventing them, I feel like they really be like be killing niggas.
Yeah, like, no, they for sure. That's why I feel like I hate when certain people say certain things. Like, I wouldn't do this, but like. If times like we as humans we change with whatever our environment, so if we have no laws, we're gonna end up adapting to that shit. I know that's only a day, but I'm saying let's just say a week. That should be wild.
Hey, I bet you. Nah, I'm not even trying to say nothing crazy like this. But when niggas is sliding in your DMs the week before Purge week, you better be nice as hell. When you
I'm gonna take the bitch. I just want you to know I know where you live, bitch. Hey, you better be ready
the week before the Purge. So what's the security looking like over there? Like,
hey, I just want to make sure you good. You know, you need me over there?
No, they be the ones talking about, so you come stay with me. Like, hell no.
You can stay with me, baby. You know, I got you back.
Hell no, you better be staying with family and shit. Some family niggas, you better watch out for them too. They'll sneak it.
I'm going to go outside. I'm going to give them, like, I'm going to give y'all some, you feel me?
You going to go pistols. Outside.
I'm going to call my name. I'm calling you. We all going to go. I'm going to pick y'all up. Listen, we got time, so I'm going to put, like, bulletproof
windows. You see how
bulletproof windows in the front and the back. I'm going to have the bumpers.
But you see how the rich niggas was doing people, bro? You know they'll be doing it dirty out here.
Oh, no, yeah. That's why we going to be in the hood. I don't know. Oh, they probably will fuck with the hood heavy.
They would just go to the hood and start chopping us, bro. Like, I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, this shit would get mania. I ain't going to lie.
I'm talking about, bro, I might just lay in somebody's backyard in Beverly Hills or something. Nah, because then it's the hood and they try to go up there and get somebody.
Yeah, it'll be
some money or something like that, bro.
They should have. That should be crazy. I ain't gonna cap. What was oh shit.
You eating your hairs and shit?
If I don't like having a beard, bro, my hair be getting in my mouth.
But
like,
have you ever been eating and then one of the mustache, you start eating it, you start feeling your lip getting tugged? That shit hella weird. That's embarrassing
like,
too.
I
don't know, it's embarrassing.
My shit connected, like yours connected. When my shit starting to connect, I be shaving it though because it be so light. I don't be liking it, like. But once it come in, I'm like.
Nah, what's funny though, I just noticed we got the same little gap right here.
That's why I be like, damn, it's like, cause it be lit. I'm like, why the fuck I want this little ass shit? Let me make sure this shit ain't, cause it's fucking, I don't know why it don't make no noise. Alright, we good.
Alright.
Like, that shit just, I'm hella bad at
that. We did that. Oh, this something that's really crazy, cause you know how like this been happening to people throughout the ages since day one. Do y'all think DNA tests should be mandatory at birth, or like at least a checkable box that you could get if you're a male? You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And I mean, hey, what do you think about this one?
I feel like definitely. I feel like I don't get why when dudes or they messing with a female and then she be like, I'm pregnant, and then they have a problem like, oh okay, can we go and get a DNA test, and they instantly get like, you feel me, get defensive. Like, I feel like if you don't have no problem, like if you know you just been messing with him, just be like, oh yeah, it's fine. I feel like you gotta build trust, but you gotta have trust in, you gotta trust the person. So you just want to make sure he ain't take care of another kid, because there's been hella fucking times where a nigga take care of a kid for years that wasn't his kid, and now he wasted time, money, resources. So it's like, you feel me, from that perspective. And I understand females will get mad. I mean, defensive, because it's like.
And then it's nothing wrong with taking care of somebody else's kid. You know what I'm saying? That's only if you make that choice.
And yeah, if you know, niggas don't be knowing.
Only if you make that choice. Because my partner right now,
this
girl reached out to my partner, right? It used to be his ex-girl. You feel me? And she reached out to him. She was like, hey, out of nowhere too, like this is like they had not been talking for like the last 6-7 months. She said, hey, I'm pregnant. Yeah, and by the way, I'm like, so they talking throughout this night, and then so at the end of the conversation, she wound up being like 6 months pregnant already right now. She like just found out that she wasn't knowing or something like that.
6 months is crazy.
But I mean, that shit was crazy. But that girls got stories like that all the time. But the moral story is at the end of the conversation, she asked like, hey, are you still gonna be in my life?
And he knew it wasn't his kid.
It's not his kid at all. She know who kid it is.
And she just, I feel like she think that nigga just I don't know, bro.
So like,
at that point, I just feel like
are you expected to like raise, like you just basically asked me, am I gonna help you raise your baby? Like
that's kind of like you just. That's kind of.
You kind of just like played me. Like how you leave, get pregnant.
How long he was talking on the phone, like hours? Like, yeah, this is not my kid, but would you want to take care? Like, we could start a family. I know it ain't your kid, but it could be your kid. You know?
And for everybody who gonna argue, right? Oh, I don't want to pay for this on my taxes because if everybody can do it, da 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 da. That's stupid. Let's just check that box off, and let's say it's just insurance based. Like if you got insurance, because you got to pay for the whole thing. And say if you wanted to add this little checkable box on here, even if you don't have insurance, people be having babies at the hospital, so they still got to pay that bill at the end of the day. What's it to add on a little DNA test? You know what I'm saying? To flick that little check box. You know what I'm saying? It's hecka simple. It's nothing like that.
But I had, let me tell you though, I had a partner too like this, like back in the South. You feel me? It was similar to that. Like, this nigga goofy to me. I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with him, but he just be on some goofy shit. Basically, one of my partners like, yeah, I was just with this nigga. You feel me? And we just hanging because we ain't hanged in a minute. I'm like, okay, how he doing? You feel me? I'm gonna just call this nigga Billy. You know, it's like, how Billy doing? He's like, oh, Billy straight. He's like, he was with this kid. I'm like, this nigga got a kid? He's like, oh no, this. So he basically fucking with this girl that got a kid, and he just taking care of. I'm like, nigga, why? Like, this nigga don't, he like 20, I don't know how old he is, but it's like, I'm like, why this nigga doing that? Like, he don't got his own kid. He like, yeah, he don't. So I'm like, so he's just taking care of another person's kid? I'm like, it's his decision, but I'm like, bro, you don't want your own kid? That's why I be thinking it from that perspective. That shit crazy to me. Like, I don't know. That's hard for me to do. Unless the big gonna have my kid, then I say it's different. But
I think why it should definitely be there too. Also, is like I was just watching this video the other day. You have to see how heartbroken and how
niggas be feeling.
Bruh, and then I don't know why he had this conversation. I think it was, but I think the kid was in the back seat, and then he brought it up to the mom right then and there. Like I don't know. That I wouldn't say that's a good, healthy or nothing situation where he should do that, because that could like scar this kid for the rest of their life. But he was like, no, the kid wasn't there. My bad. I don't think the kid was there. It could have been, that's a bit sad. But he was like, hey, I just took this DNA test. And she like, what? Like, you stupid. You lying. And he like, and she started laughing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She was like, yeah, brother. Like, yeah, And she was like, okay, and like, like, you hella stupid. And she said, he not mine. The next question she's going to say, You lying, ha ha. And why would you go do that?
Hey, females be so funny when you corner them, they get deflective and defensive.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Like,
she started laughing and said, "No, you lying." Da, da, da. And then she said, and then at the end she said, "Why would you go do that?" I said,
"Wait, bro, you got the clip of that? I got send me that shit, bro.
Oh, it's somewhere in my phone because somebody sent it to me.
You gotta send me that. That shit would have had me dying.
I was like, how you ask that? So then they started really getting into it, arguing. She's like, hell no, you got me all messed up. Why would you go do that? And your son, you've been raising him for the last 7 years. Why would you go get a DNA test done? And I was thinking like, that is crazy. Like what? But then he said I got some outside information where somebody was like, hey, you should go get that checked up on because I heard she was being a little frisky at the time. You know what I'm saying? Getting around with the get rounds. You know what I'm saying? And getting down. So it wound up not really being his kid. He confronted her the whole time. She's saying he lying. Da da da. I pull up the DNA results. Then she was like, she just then kept asking him like, why would you go do this? This hella messed up. Da da da. So you're not gonna take responsibility and accept that she just kept saying this was hella messed up, and then she would go behind her back and get DNA tests on your like. It's your child, so you can go do whatever you want. Maybe I want to make sure we have the same blood type. You know what I'm saying? Like
sometimes responsibility and accountability could be a woman's weakness.
Like,
not all of them, though. I ain't gonna just say all of them.
Because everybody is not the same.
Yeah,
We're not talking about women and something like that. Because y'all gonna be like, not me.
We're not misogynistic thinking women is fucking terrible. We're just saying it from what we've seen. Like,
that was just a point of view.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
No, it's females out here that take care of it, dude. We know that. Like, you know.
All right,
I love my black queens.
This just to dive into a sub question here. Should there be legal repercussions for men who raise your child under the false assumption that it was his?
Oh yeah, back to what we were just talking about. Fuck yeah. Take these bitches to jail.
They going to jail. Alright, so
they should go to jail.
You said they should go to jail. Now, what should be like the real life penalty?
I feel like it should be a fine, and then they gotta pay the nigga for the time and resources he had to give. You feel me? You should just. I feel like that should be that simple. You feel me? If they can't pay him, take him to jail. That's final answer.
Take him to jail? Like, should it be a penalty? Like,
take the kid to jail with him. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing real talk. I feel like it should be a fine, and they gotta, pay back the dude for, his time and resources. Like I said, like he really thought it was his kid, was paying for the car seat, diapers, all that shit, whatever he was doing. He need reimbursement. Give him his money.
Yeah,
he needs his money.
I for sure feel like it should be like a time spent type of thing. Like investing your time into something. Time is worth money. You know what I'm saying? And then it should basically go off his salary, however much he's making. Mm-hmm. So based upon that, or how much money he had during the time. Like the way you can bring stuff up, because everybody life, like your life right now got a worth on it. It's a dollar amount to your life. That's how they would settle out of court, like between certain things. Mm-hmm. So I mean, just like that, put the same thing on his life, give him the money to back on the pressures, and no matter what, he should still have the choice to not be in this child life or to be in this child life. You know what I'm saying? Whether he choose so, because I hate how they have that law that basically says that once you was raising a child for this certain amount of time, like I think it's like a year and like 8 months or something like that, then that is legally binding. That is your child, whether or not you are his father or not, or something like that.
I know that. That's crazy.
That's a real life law in some states. So it's just like, how could you have me stuck in this thing and now I'm just finding out? But it's just like under this whole time, I mean, especially in that first year or something like that, you in baby love or baby like whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like you like I gotta be
this
this baby like
I know what you're saying 100%, but at the same time, I feel like it's because it is. Women, they don't really be having to face real consequences. Like when you compare jail times for men doing the same thing as women, men tend to get more jail time.
No, that's definitely true.
So it's like, and then when females, they like to yell at a nigga, get on the nigga face because they know we can't really do nothing. Because if we smack them, jail time. So they like to do stuff because they think they're not gonna have no repercussion.
But a girl will really beat your ass, bro. Really,
and then you hit her one time.
Oh,
right, police.
Yeah, like